In the years leading up to World War II, Europe was a continent teetering on the edge of catastrophe. The aftermath of World War I, economic instability, rising nationalism, and the aggressive expansionism of totalitarian regimes created a volatile environment ripe for conflict. Let's explore the political, economic, and social landscape of Europe before the outbreak of World War II. Legacy of World War I. The devastation of World War I left Europe scarred and embittered. The Treaty of Versailles imposed harsh penalties on Germany, including territorial losses, reparations payments, and military restrictions, leading to resentment and economic hardship. The collapse of empires, such as the Austro-Hungarian and Ottoman empires, created power vacuums and ethnic tensions that simmered beneath the surface. Economic instability. The interwar period was marked by economic instability and turmoil. The Great Depression of the 1930s exacerbated existing social inequalities, unemployment, and poverty. Hyperinflation in Germany and economic stagnation in other European countries fueled discontent and provided fertile ground for the rise of extremist political movements, including fascism, communism, and nationalism. Rise of totalitarianism. The interwar years witnessed the rise of totalitarian regimes in Europe, characterized by authoritarian rule, state control of the economy, and suppression of political dissent. In Italy, Benito Mussolini's fascist regime sought to revive the glory of the Roman Empire through aggressive expansionism and militarism. In Germany, Adolf Hitler's Nazi Party exploited economic grievances and nationalist sentiment to seize power and establish a dictatorship. Appeasement and pacifism. In the face of growing militarism and aggression, European powers pursued policies of appeasement and pacifism in an attempt to avoid another devastating conflict. The policy of appeasement, epitomized by the Munich Agreement of 1938, sought to placate expansionist powers, such as Germany and Italy, by ceding territory and avoiding confrontation. However, these policies only emboldened aggressive regimes and failed to prevent the outbreak of war. Militarization and rearmament. Despite the rhetoric of peace and disarmament, European powers engaged in extensive militarization and rearmament in the interwar period. Germany, in violation of the Treaty of Versailles, secretly rebuilt its military forces and developed advanced weaponry and tactics. Britain and France, wary of German rearmament, also expanded their military capabilities, but were slow to recognize the threat posed by totalitarian regimes. Conclusion: prelude to conflict. The interwar period was a time of uncertainty, anxiety, and upheaval in Europe. Economic instability, political unrest, and the rise of totalitarian regimes created a powder keg of tensions that ultimately exploded into World War II. The failure of diplomacy, the policy of appeasement, and the unwillingness of European powers to confront aggression paved the way for the greatest conflict in human history. As we reflect on the prelude to World War II, we are reminded of the dangers of complacency, the consequences of failed leadership, and the imperative of preserving peace and stability in a fragile world.